at some level or know somebody who's been through grief. The idea behind what we do, what I do, a number of organizations I'm involved in, really has to do with coming out the other side. I don't need to sit here and tell you the story of how I lost my son. Just know that I did, and know that if I told you the story, it would start out with pain. But beyond the pain, hope. And beyond the hope came inspiration. Beyond the inspiration came an idea that if I can do this for me, not just a normal joke. The title of my first book is Sometimes I Cry in the Shower. And I cried in the shower. If you're looking at a former jarhead, a former cop, a former federal agent, I'll tell you right now, I cried in the shower. That was my first. So if I talk to you about anything and not be able to tell you my story, which are contained in the books, and I want you to buy the books and I want you to pass them on to people that you know that have been through grief. Even if you haven't, and let's hope you do not for some time to come, but it is part of our lives. Just realize that it's not the end of everything. We tend to think that if we go through this, we go through the fire, that it's such a traumatic event that we can't do it. Let me explain to you why you come out of it. When you lose somebody that you love that deeply, for that person that you love so much, you have nothing inside of you but unconditional love for that person. Whether it be a child, whether it be a spouse, whether it be a parent. What are you going to do with that unconditional love when they leave you? You're going to use it. You're going to use it whether you like it or not to help other people. So what you need to realize is unconditional love really drives everything that we do. So take the idea of the fact that if somebody is going to talk to you about loss, I can point out 6 or 7 people in this room right now that are just dying to hear their child's name. We want to hear our child's name. We have progressed beyond just having a tragic story to having a wonderful life filled with peace and purpose. And that will be our mission, always will be our mission to go forward. The idea behind Sometimes I Cry in the Shower really was a revelation of why I needed to grieve. We are men. Men have an inherent ability to hold their grief inside. It's who we are. It's who we're programmed to be. Women are a little different. Women are a little more empathetic. Women tend to put their emotions out there. We are 2 different creatures, and we were made that way on purpose. We just have to understand that. We have to understand that we're both grieving equally, if everybody can agree on that, but we grieve differently. So I've had wonderful people that have come back over the years since I put out the first book who have told me that they didn't understand how their man was feeling throughout that entire grief process. And thanks to this book, and I think everybody can agree right now if I ask, have you ever heard a man talk about grief before? Have you ever heard a man stand on stage and want to talk to you about how he feels when he's lost somebody? It's a taboo subject, but we grieve and we hurt inside. After we hurt, after we start processing grief, we go out and we want to help other people. These books that I put out are not books about pain. These books are books about moving forward in grief, moving forward to anything other than pain, moving forward to peace, purpose, and in living a life. Not all of us will do it, but living a life where we're out there to help other people. Part of what the desire is in my heart is to make sure that people that are just starting on the journey that I've been on for some time, they've got somewhere to go. They've got some guideposts, even though we're all different, we're all going to grieve differently. There are people out there that are looking for somebody to lead them to. They're just starting on the path. For those of you that have not experienced loss, just so you know, I and many of the people in this room will never be over our grief. Sometimes we look at people and we think, when will you be over it? Guess what? We will never be over it. So what we will do though is we will move forward. We will find what we call a new normal. We'll find a roadmap for life. And whether you like it or not, you probably need to go out there and help other people. That compassion in your heart, that unconditional love you feel for the person that you lost here on earth, they're still with you, just lost them. But that unconditional love will drive you to go out there and actually help other people. And even if it's by accident, if you're in my case where people know that I've lost a child, many times they'll sit me down to me. Say, Ron's lost a child, we're going to see Ron. That will happen to you. So it is about much more than pain. It is about hope. It is about promise. It is about peace and purpose in everybody's life. even if you've lost someone that you think you will never get over, they'll be gone. You won't get over it, but you will find a home. And you will live a life that is full of peace and purpose. I think she's already held up the books back there where they're located. If you know somebody that you think that these books can help, my entire mission in life in doing this is to live the legacy of my child. Like I told you the story of the medical conditions he fought for 16 years. He was my hero. I want to serve like he did. The whole idea behind the books is to be somebody who lives his legacy. If you know somebody who can use it, if it can help one person, pick up the book and give it to him. Give it to him as a gift. Tell him it's okay to cry. If you're a man, it's okay to cry. And if you need to go cry in the shower, by all means, go cry in the shower. I thank you so much for your time. Like I said, this 5 minutes I can't ask to give you back. And it's one commodity that you can choose to give to anybody who gives it to you.